Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? I hope you're doing well. I am Queen Lillie. Welcome to my live. This is Life Under Trump, part 111. We have a lot to cover. We will be discussing so many different things. Elon Musk, he plans on leaving soon. Trump said out his mouth that Elon will be leaving him soon. I don't know how that's going to go because I do not see Elon Musk leaving peacefully at all. Thank y'all for coming to my live, staying off the grid. Thank you for coming to my live. God bless your soul. Bless your soul. Honey, I was born with a flower that blessed a beautiful daughter. Thank you so much for doing that. I don't know why that person coming here with that nonsense every day. They telling on themselves. What I learned about people, they deflect. What they're feeling about themselves, they'll put it off on you that is you. But thank each and every last one of y'all for coming to my live. I appreciate you so much. Without y'all, I couldn't do this. So I'm very grateful. As you all coming in, be sure that you hit that like button, please. Hit the like button for me, please. Yeah, they're full of hate. Yeah. Also, if you'd like to donate to my channel, you can send me super chat or super stickers. And in my description, I have my Venmo and I have my PayPal link. So if you want to send me something that way, that would be great as well. Donald Trump, the stock has really fallen under Donald Trump. Life under Trump, part 111. Life under Trump, the stock is falling, plummeting really bad. And he knows it. And Trump is scared right now, y'all, because what happened? The judge won in Minnesota. We got Pennsylvania, and we just keep winning. Those wins are coming in. And who? Cory Booker. He did 25 hours and 6 minutes yesterday. Woo-woo! Yes, Cory Booker put it down. Who could have did it better? Not the Republicans. Who did it? The Democrats. Who did what? The Democrats. We did it. We the baddest in Memphis ever. We did it. Yes, Cory Booker. Y'all, let's give Cory Booker a round of applause. Give me some hearts. Give me some celebration because Cory Booker did his thing. Yes, God. Cory Booker did 25 hours and 6 minutes. Yay! Cory Booker the man. Hey, Cory Booker the man. He did it. We did it. We did it. Democrats, we got it. Whoa, Democrats, we did it. Hey, yes, y'all. Elon Musk spent all that money in Wisconsin, and they did not get it. They did not win the judge seat. No, they didn't. We got a female. Yes, God Almighty. Hey, we did it yesterday, y'all. Let's celebrate. Cory Booker in 25 hours and 6 minutes. Cory Booker did his thing, his thing. Hey, y'all. We got a lot to cover today. I'm happy. Ooh, the pollen ain't got me so messed up today. I'm a little messed up, but not bad. I'm in a good mood. I'm so happy about all this winning we got going on, y'all. They said we couldn't do it, but we did it. They said we couldn't do it, but we did it. Yes, God, we did it, did it. Yes, we did it. They said we couldn't do it, but we did it. They said we couldn't win, but we winning. Why they taking all them L's? I'm going to tell you, when Donald Trump went to bed last night, he was sick to his stomach. Elon Musk paid millions of dollars to voters to take Wisconsin, and what happened? Take that L. Take that L. Come on, MAGA. Take that L. Take that L, you losers. Take that L. You know what? Donald Trump's so ready to get rid of Elon right now. He don't know what to do. Let me tell you something, what I know. You can only cheat for so long, and then what happens? The truth will be revealed. More gonna come out because Elon Musk is not gonna go away quietly. Donnie, you ain't gonna be able to get rid of the muskrat. Y'all know how rats do their return. The muskrat is not gonna leave, y'all. Although we want Elon to go the F away, he ain't going anywhere. He loves to be in the spotlight at that Oval Office. He finally has his dream of being really seen. And you think he gonna go away, Donnie? No, 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 no. We're about to see some serious crimes be revealed, y'all. Before this year's out, Donald Trump and Elon Musk gonna be in some serious trouble. Although Donnie think he's winning, even though he saw the big losses yesterday. Woo, y'all, when I tell you I was happy when I saw all the results yesterday, I celebrated. I drank me some mango juice because that's like my favorite juice that I drink, mango juice. It keeps the weight down and keep, it's not too bad on you. I don't drink no red drinks. It's not too bad on you. Why do they keep texting me? People know I go live. And I let them know before they start that mess. Leave me alone. Hold on, y'all. Let me let this person know. You leave me alone. Just a moment. Just a moment. People will start bothering you after you let them know. Stop texting me. So we're going to go ahead and get started, y'all. Oh, God is mercifully good to us. He good to everybody. God is good all times. These tariffs.
Massive tariff.
Hold on.
On what just happened and what it means for you. In short, prices are going to get a whole lot higher on, well, just about everything. Trump just implemented baseline tariffs of 10% of all imported goods from every single country.
He in a bad mood. He gonna raise up everything.
Of some of these
those tariffs gonna get high because he mad.
And before I dig into this, I want to remind you that a tariff is a tax on imports to the United States paid by American businesses, a tax increase that gets passed along to American consumers. So the foreign countries, they are not the ones paying these tariffs. American businesses and American consumers are paying these tariffs.
That's us, the consumers.
So here's a country-by-country breakout of the tariffs. This is beyond the blanket tariff of 10% of all countries. I want to be clear here, too. This is in addition to tariffs that already exist on many of these countries. So China's tariffs will increase by 34%, the EU by 20%, Vietnam by 46%, Japan 24%, Taiwan 32%, India 26%, Thailand 36%, South Korea 25%, Switzerland 31%, Indonesia 32%, Malaysia 24%, Cambodia 49%, UK 10%, South Africa 30%, Brazil 10%, Bangladesh 37%, Singapore 10%, Israel 17%, Philippines 17%, Chile 10%, Pakistan 29%, Sri Lanka 44%. The baseline 10% tariffs will go into effect on April 5th. The remainder of the tariffs that I just went through will go into effect on April 9th. And it gets worse from there. Let me explain. But first, remember to add the Midas Touch podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and check out Midas Touch on Substack. It's the Midas Plus Substack, MidasPlus.com. So Trump is also implementing
everything I show you all today is fair use for educational purpose and research purposes. Fair use, educational purpose, and research purpose. Y'all, that's on top of the tariffs that he has already on these particular countries. We ain't gonna be able to buy anything. We're not. You better start your garden. Hey, it's gonna get rough out here. If y'all didn't believe what's gonna happen, now you're gonna have to believe it. He had y'all thinking, MAGA. He really told MAGA that other countries pay the tariffs. No. When they put tariffs on another country, the goods come from there. The businesses that's buying the goods, they're going to pay way more than they have ever paid. So the consumers, us the customers, when we go in the store, we're going to pay more. If something $20, we're going to be paying probably $30. Now, do you get it? And cars is, oh, God. Cars that was $80-something and $80-something thousand. I'm sorry, they're $100-something, $120,000 now. Or more. So y'all really think that this is a wise man? Donald Trump said he loves high IQ people. Well, honey, Donnie, you don't have a high IQ. Because the math ain't mathing. It ain't making no sense. And I want to know, why did this federal judge actually let Mayor Eric Adams out? What did you do, Mayor Eric Adams? What did you have on somebody? Because, y'all, he is, his corruption case has been dismissed. So, inquiring minds want to know why. Hold on. We're going to see a lead. You know, I'm going to read a little bit of it. Hit that like button for me, please. Okay. Federal judge dismisses criminal corruption cases against New York City Mayor Eric Adams. What happened? What did he do? The math ain't mathing. Hold on, everybody. So, I'm going to show you where it started at. New York City Mayor Eric Adams indicted on federal charges of bribery, fraud, soliciting illegal foreign campaign donations. Remember they was paying for him to go on those expensive travel to Dubai and all those places. They was giving him all kind of expensive gifts and stuff. Yeah. So hold on. Then here we go. It says New York Mayor Eric Adams has been indicted after federal investigation into alleged corruption. Okay. It looks like New York City Mayor Eric Adams scored a victory after a federal judge dismissed his corruption case. According to CNBC, the case was dismissed with prejudice, meaning the Department of Justice is prohibited from resurrecting the charges based on the same evidence used in the case. The DOJ originally asked Judge Dale Holt to throw out the case without prejudice, which would have allowed them to refile the charges against Adams in the future if they made that decision. Judge Holt said in his order that he denied the DOJ's request because doing so would create an unavoidable perception that the mayor's freedom depends on his ability to carry out the immigration enforcement priorities of the administration. That's Donald Trump's administration. It was noted that Adams himself requested a dismissal with prejudice, and the DOJ did not oppose the action, effectively waiving any objection to permanent dismiss of the case, says Judge Holt. As previously reported, an unsealed indictment revealed that Mayor Adams faced federal charges of bribery, fraud, and soliciting illegal foreign campaign donations last September. The news of the case's dismissal comes amid the Democratic primary in 3 months, which is likely to choose New York City's next mayor. I don't know what it is about America, but they love criminals, so I think he'll be voted back in. It's something with America's brain. They love criminals. And he, too, will be voted back in because we saw what happened. Well, Donald Trump told us that Elon knows those voting machines. So, But anyway, Mayor Adams, with prejudice, meaning the Department of Justice is prohibited from resurrecting the charges based on the same evidence used in the case. He's in good hands. I don't know what he gave them because sometimes you got to give somebody something to get something. But maybe God just looked out for him. He put in a big prayer to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And he may have told God, I would never do this again. Because if you got a communication with God and you honest with God, you never go out and do that again. You may be okay because you know God forgive you for your sins. But we the people, we ain't going to, we're going to remember. But the Lord is over everything. Well, Mayor Adams, he ain't got to worry about nothing. He good. So we're going to get on over to our next subject. The next subject is about the Republican senator who was rude as a MFer to somebody that did not deserve it, and he called the person a claim. See, the Republican Party, if you're not rich, they don't respect you. You're going to see what I'm talking about. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on, let me start over because I want y'all to hear the guy.
I was a worker at HHS. I was fired illegally on February 14th. There are many people who are not getting social service programs, especially people with disabilities. Are you going to do anything to stop what's happening?
You probably deserved it.
I deserved it?
You probably deserved it.
I deserved it.
Dude,
Wow.
that's so sad.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Why did I deserve it?
Because you seem like a clown.
Okay, sir.
I was a worker at HHS. I was fired illegally on February 14th. There are many people who are not getting social service programs, especially people with disabilities. Are you going to do anything to stop what's happening?
You probably deserved it.
I deserved it?
You probably deserved it.
I deserved it.
Dude, that's
Wow.
so sad.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Why did I deserve it?
Because you seem like a clown.
I'm telling y'all, this is disrespect. The Republican Party are some sick people. This is disrespectful. He lost his job because who? Elon Musk and Donald Trump. They did such a big layoff and didn't care about the people and their loved ones that depend on them. Their finances is gone. So Republican Senator Jim Banks said, fire HHS worker having problem with disabilities, having problems with disabilities, deserved it, and he's a clown. Do y'all think he had a right to call this man a clown? Do y'all think he had a right to call this a clown? This guy a clown? He didn't have any right to call him a clown at all. It's very disrespectful and dismissive of others and their feelings. Republicans are the demons on this earth. Hold on.
Back this weekend.
Hold on. Some reason it's
The fact that the best Elon Musk clapback this weekend came from the creme de la creme of linked influencers, the owner of LinkedIn, Reid Hoffman, has me reeling because, y'all, I do not like that Elon Musk. I kind of think Elon sucks. And apparently so does everyone. First, here he is getting roasted after trying to bribe people to vote. So...
hit the like button, please.
It was inevitable that at least a few Soros operatives would be in the audience.
We actually have a full deep dive video of that on the Really American YouTube if you want to check it out. But then Elon accused Reid Hoffman of funding protests against Tesla. His only evidence, of course, as usually being retweeting a right-wing troll page and saying, Reid will have many lawyers between himself and the organizations attacking me, but the probability is 100% that Reid is funding them. 100%. Which Reid clapped back with, the probability many people don't like you. 100%. Probability that Tesla polls need to be rigged by
Thank
bots
you,
to cover up
Victory
the
V.
fact that
Thank you
people
so
like
much.
Also 100%. Probability you'd rather
Thank
make
all
stuff
of you.
up about me than fix your problems. 100%. Not to mention that also today Elon Musk got 99 problems and his baby mamas are half of them.
Ashley.
Follow for more breaking news with a little bit of humor and check out the Really American YouTube for a longer.
Y'all, Elon Musk is something else. He's going down in the DMs bad.
This is Justin. Elon Musk stays at the White House could be numbered. Politico is now reporting that Elon will be stepping back in the coming weeks from his current role, according to 3 Trump insiders. As
Trump
a special
want him
government
out.
employee, Musk is technically only allowed to work in the White
They
House.
lost
for
yesterday and
130
Trump
days from
want
his
him
start date.
out.
So that would mean basically like the end of May, though many wondered if the Trump White House would figure out some sort of workaround. And let's face it, it's not like they're too fond of following the laws anyway. The White House, including Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, quickly took to Twitter to deny the reports, calling them fake news, though these people are pathological liars, so you can't trust a word that they say. We're going to continue to follow this story and so much more. Remember to follow our account and add the Midas Touch podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. New episodes are out now. So this is Justin. Elon Musk stays at the White House could be numbered. Politico's
Elon is not going to go quietly. He knows where all the bodies are buried. Him and Trump got secrets they haven't shared. But when you piss somebody off and you tell them they can't have their favorite toy, Elon paid for the presidency. You can't tell, hello, Queen Victorious One, you can't tell him he can't have the Oval Office. That's his new toy. And it's hard to give up a new toy when you're such a silly, spoiled kid. Oh, Elon, now they protesting SpaceX today.
Squabble up. Squabble up.
Let me turn that music off. They are protesting SpaceX today, you guys. Elon is going to have a bad 2025, and I'm excited. Elon going down. All his businesses are going down. Donald Trump want him out the White House. They lost bad yesterday. Ha ha ha. Yes, Lord. Elon is going down. Tesla too. Hold on.
News for Elon Musk this morning. Tesla sales are dropping. They are crashing as people protest against Elon
Stock
Musk
market down
and what he's
too.
doing to destroy our government, everything he is doing with Doge, and the way that he has alienated his entire customer base for Tesla. In the first quarter of 2025, Tesla suffered its worst sales decline in the company's history, with sales dropping that quarter alone by 13%. Not only that, but Tesla sold 50,000 fewer cars from a year ago and fell 72,000 deliveries under analyst expectations. And this is all despite major efforts by the company to incentivize sales, like zero financing and like making their cars much cheaper than they used to be. We're going to keep following this story and so much more, so remember to follow our account. And do me a favor, add the Midas Touch podcast right now on Apple and Spotify. We got some terrible news for Elon Musk.
SpaceX, Tesla, X, which is formerly Twitter. Elon is going down. One moment, please, my loves.
Good morning, everybody. Yesterday was a busy day. One of my favorite things about yesterday was the fact that Donald Trump did not dominate the news. Nope. Cory Booker dominated the news. But there were a couple of other things that happened on yesterday. Let's talk about them real quickly, shall we? First, I want to remind you that a few days ago, Louisiana came through and rejected 4 constitutional amendments. They did their doggone thing. They started us off with all of this good energy. But there was another election taking place that had us all sitting on pins and needles, and that was the Supreme Court race that took place out in Wisconsin. Remember, Elon Musk paid millions of dollars to try to get his candidate into office, the Republican candidate. He failed.
Miserably.
Susan Crawford, she won the seat. And yeah, Elon Musk is out $25-30 million, and he's got egg all over his face. I mean, I heard it when he had his little rally out there in Wisconsin, and the people on the outside
booed him,
were chanting that they were not for sale. Their votes were not for sale. And they meant that shit. The 2 districts down in Florida, yeah, they did exactly what we expected them to do. They put the Republican into office. Yeah, I don't know why they are allergic to trying to save their Social Security and their Medicare. And of course, the person that is dominating the news cycle,
and Trump mad, he has to be the center of attention,
and heading into this morning, is Senator Cory Booker. Let me just say this. I had no idea. I was tuned into him off and on until about 3 o'clock. At 3 o'clock on yesterday, I realized that this man
is not going to stop.
After months of all of us screaming that they need to do something, this man is actually doing something. And so about that time, when the realization hit me, I stayed tuned in to Cory Booker and his speech on the Senate floor. About 3:30, 4 o'clock yesterday, I said, I'm going to broadcast this live. So I broadcasted it live over on my YouTube channel while I was working. And I would chat with the people in the comment section while I was listening, while I was working. For months, we have been asking them
to do something.
And Cory Booker
Did something.
He got into some good trouble. The speech started out at 7 p.m. the night before, and it hit me about 4:30, 5 o'clock. I said, this man is going to try to break Strom Thurmond's record. And he's going to do it using an opportunity and the tools that were available to him, because remember, he's in the minority. He has no real power. The Democrats have no real power. And so
Chuck Schumer, it's his fault.
He used his opportunity to make a speech on the Senate floor.
And he changed 9 Republicans' minds.
He used his body. He used his time to amplify the horrors of this administration of Donald Trump and all of his sycophants, the Republican Party. He used all of the time that he stayed on the Senate floor to publicly criticize Donald Trump's policies.
Spoke
in the
facts.
process, he educated millions. I think the number is up to 355 million people were watching him on TikTok. There were millions more watching him on several other outlets over on the YT. He educated. He inspired throughout his speech. He shared stories from his constituents. He shared their stories.
And the American citizens, too.
He shared their voices, Democrats and Republicans, because once you become an elected official, you no longer just
I rebuke you telling that lie. He is not on meth.
You represent
Cory is not on meth. You get out of my chat. Satan.
That they are a part of.
Philippines, you a lie. Philippians, you lying. He is not on meth. Cory Booker is not.
From Republicans, Tea Parties, MAGA, Democrats, Republicans. He didn't just represent Democrats as he stood on that Senate floor.
He represented America.
He gave a history lesson into Strom Thurmond, the civil rights era, and what Strom Thurmond stood for. Yeah, the last person who did a filibustering speech like that was Strom Thurmond. And he used his time to advocate against civil rights. Cory Booker gave a history lesson on yesterday. He gave a history lesson on John Lewis. John
Good
Lewis,
trouble.
the civil rights, what John Lewis stood for.
Good trouble.
And he did all of that while breaking a record. Yeah. And for all of you that are trying to criticize Cory Booker, saying what he did was performative, please have a seat. Have a seat. You are not equipped to be a part of this conversation. And I believe that the energy Senator Cory Booker generated while he was speaking on the Senate floor, I believe that energy traveled over to the House.
Yep, 9 Republicans voted against them.
Squashed what it was that they had going on over there. Yeah, all of that energy coming from Senator Cory Booker and his speech traveled over to the House side. Yeah, the House was voting on a bill that Mike Johnson brought forth to block.
Cory changed those GOP's mind. Thank you, Jesus.
In the House. Yeah, it failed. It failed. Not only
he
did
touched their hearts.
Fall, but 9 Republicans.
Thank you,
I
Jesus.
believe the number is 9. Y'all could correct me.
9. It was 9.
9 Republicans crossed over to the Democrat side to vote against Mike Johnson's bill. He got so mad about that, he canceled all of the rest of the votes that were planned to take place in the House this week. He said, y'all go home. Yeah. Y'all go home. There won't be any votes happening this week. Shout out to Cory Booker for giving his voice, his body, his time to be a voice for not only his constituents, but for all Americans who are fearful, who are terrified about what more do we have to endure with this Trump presidency. Again, if you see a problem with what he
That's
did,
right, Floyd Kendall.
have a seat.
Speak.
You are not
King Floyd,
equipped
speak.
to be a part of this conversation.
That's Tabitha Speaks. Tabitha Speaks, please subscribe to her YouTube channel. That's a powerful woman. She knows her stuff. Powerful, very powerful. Amazing. Tabitha Speaks Politics. She knows her stuff. I like that. What is this? Let's see what this is. Oh, excuse me. Tesla shuts down this in Montgomery Mall showroom. See, it's going down, honey. Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all, then I'm going to read it, okay? Tesla shuts down the Montgomery Mall showroom. There's more going to be coming. Elon, you ain't done, baby. You came over here to this country thinking you're going to be our king. But see, this is the problem. You didn't realize the person you paid almost $300 million to for the presidency. Hey, King LaSwan. He too wants to be king. Donald Trump can't let it be two kings. He's too selfish. He never been able to share Tory. But anyway, Tesla has closed its location as Westfield Montgomery Mall in Bethesda. The showroom was located on the mall's lower level near Lululemon and Vineyard Vines, and served as a space where prospective buyers could explore Tesla's electronic vehicle lineup, learn about the brand's technology, and place orders. Tesla has additional Montgomery County showrooms, and it's an address. I'm not giving all of that because they're not paying me for advertisement. In recent weeks, Tesla showrooms have been the site of protests against the company's CEO Elon Musk, with demonstrations occurring at multiple locations, including the Rockville showroom. However, there have been no reports of protests at the now closed Montgomery Mall location. So, Elon, the narrative you putting out about people while they're doing stuff to Tesla, apparently your narrative is not right, because they haven't protested this one that closed down. No one wants Tesla right now. You don't even want it because you're embarrassed by it. But God's soldiers and the mighty people in New Orleans, they not done with you yet. And they got more for Donny Boy too. Stick, stick, stick. Stickity, 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 stick. Pop, pop, pop. New Orleans. Watching Vince get booed everywhere he goes is surprisingly therapeutic. Everywhere that jdvance has been going, he's been getting booed. Him and his wife went to Greenland. They did not welcome them. They thought they was going to get in a theater, a museum free because they're part of the United States and he's the vice president. Oh, no, you get no special treatment in Greenland. They ain't giving up their land, their country, no. You're an embarrassment to the American people. Pull up pasta politics. She's celebrating the win, too. Hold on.
This country is not for sale unless we sell it. Last night, we beat the hair plug billionaire by participating in democracy. Susan Crawford won the Supreme Court race in Wisconsin. She won it by over 10 points. Trump won that state by less than a point in 2024. That's a big margin.
Better than
race
Trump.
where Republicans could not gerrymander the results. We won. We should feel hopeful and proud of this. And we
America,
significantly
we won.
reduced the margins in deep red Florida, even though we lost those 2 seats. In Florida's 1st district, we cut the margin in half. And in the 6th district, we took the margin from 33 points to 13.4. That's not nothing. We need to stay engaged, and we need to continue to educate others on the disaster policies of the Trump administration. I am feeling hopeful. You should too. So good luck with that.
Be sure to subscribe to Pull Up Pasta Politics. Let me tell you something about men, especially those MAGA men. That loss, I guarantee you, Grindr made a killing last night off those white Republican men. They was all on Grindr, want to grind somebody's back in. Grindr, honey, I'm going to tell you something. Both Magic Mike and what's the other man? I can't think his name right now. Watts or something like that. Watts. They love Grindr. They like the black men. They like the big. So y'all know they was all on Grindr. They want to grind. Oh, yeah. Throw that thing in a circle. Honey, they was all on Grindr. I'm going to tell you something. Stress with men, to relieve their stress, they got to relieve. They don't want a woman. I don't care if they are married. Those 2 men, they want to throw that thing in a circle for a black man. They want their back put out by a black man. They all on Grindr. Just like the Republican convention. They on Grindr. Apps just going off. Do your research, women. Check up on these men before you get with them.
Comments on this MAGA Reddit forum are blaming Elon Musk for their loss in Wisconsin last night. The top comment says, "Belt to ass, I'm really effing scared for midterms." Someone replied, "This is why Trump needs to stop with the Canada trolling, Greenland trolling, third term BS. I think he's making a mistake doing that. He's going to run off the undecided voters that voted for him. By the way, it's not trolling. Trump is dead serious when he talks about that." Someone then said, "This has nothing to do with Trump. Musk is an egocentric blowhard that tries to put himself at the center of everything, and he made it look like we were trying to buy votes, which galvanized the left and scared away moderates." I mean, you guys were trying to buy votes, but
he paid millions of dollars to voters. That's
sickening. Someone else said, "I live in a county that Trump won 2-1, and I saw nothing but Crawford signs all over the county. It was a combo of a bad candidate and blowback on Elon Musk getting all the hatred from the Democrats and undecided voters. This conservative thinks Musk should have stayed out of it. He's a polarizing loudmouth that's only loved by people that spend every second online, and him giving the appearance of trying to buy votes undoubtedly turned away moderates." He did try to buy votes. He did. All of the top comments on this MAGA Reddit forum are blaming Elon Musk for their loss in Wisconsin.
Well, they got a right to. Elon went in there flashing that money. I'm going to tell you what they did. They took that money and voted for Crawford. I would have done it. I would have let me tell you something. I would have hee all in your face like do the Michael Jackson hee and got that money and went and voted for the Democrat. That's how you do it. You let them think you down for them and get that bill money, and you go and vote for the Democrat. She did her thing. She won. Susan Crawford put it down in Wisconsin. And what y'all gonna do, MAGA? Just like Trump, whine and complain. Go play with your toys, little boys. Look at Mike Johnson, sick.
Very disappointing result.
Grindr. Oh, yeah.
A handful of Republicans joined with all the Democrats to take down a rule that's rarely done. It's very unfortunate in this case.
He like he about to cry.
Of House Republicans
he got mollywop.
Proxy voting because they believe it's unconstitutional and they agreed that it would open a Pandora's box. And so that's what we just saw. Let me just make this clear. That rule being brought down means that we can't have any further action on the floor this week. That means we will not be voting
Cory Booker changed 9 white Republicans' minds.
Voting on the rogue judges.
That black man changed 9 Republican white people's minds.
Taking down these terrible Biden policies with the CRA votes. All that was just wiped off the table. It's very unfortunate.
Thank you, Jesus.
And we'll have to do this again.
Mr. Speaker, were you asking for too much?
He embarrassed.
Well, it's a very disappointing.
They paid millions of dollars to voters and they got their butt whipped in the voting booth. The American people are tired. All this terrorist talk. Going to take Canada. Gonna make Greenland, state in the messing with Mexico. You turned all our allies against us, Donald. Nobody likes America right now. We were the country of dreams. Everybody wanted to come here, but y'all locking up foreigners for coming here. Y'all locking up immigrants and migrants when they do the work that we don't even want to do. And all y'all want to do is sit in my chat, MAGA, and complain and say, don't nobody want them, they here illegal. Get your ASS out there and pick those tomatoes and all that. No, you don't want to get out there, you hillbilly. But you want to complain. Shut your D-suckers.
Stop what you're doing. You're going to want to see this. I know you all love when I mention Jessica Tarlow from Fox News' The Five. Well, I just watched her right now live. She confronted Elon Musk and asked him an honest and sincere question about the money he's been making from the government contracts, the billions and billions of dollars that he has been making. And she was respectful about it. And she also said that she was a Tesla-loving gal. Take a look.
I wanted to talk to you about what Doge has been doing. So you've been making cuts to a lot of the agencies that have open investigations and regulatory battles with your companies. At the same time, you continue to get billions in government contracts. Tesla gets billions in subsidies. How do you explain that to the American people?
Queen.
Well, everything that Doge does is an open book. So I think the most transparent action, the most transparent organization in government ever.
He speak like he's slow.
Every single Doge action is listed on the Doge.gov website. It's also listed on the X handle. So if anyone has a concern about any one of those actions, they can bring that up. They can raise that. And I do want to say, like, sometimes we make a mistake. Nobody bats 1,000. We will.
But you say you're a genius.
We make a mistake. We'll act very quickly.
Y'all listen how he talk.
I am under such an extreme spotlight, so much scrutiny, that it's literally impossible for me to get away with anything nefarious. And obviously,
but you've been getting away with stuff, and God put you in the spotlight and exposed you.
A case where we have radical transparency. We're actually willing to admit that we do make mistakes. Often people are not willing to admit they make mistakes, but we are. But we want to emphasize we fix them quickly, and we're trying to do the right thing for the American taxpayer, for the American people. And I think history will be the judge that what we've done here and what we're doing is a very good thing for the strength and future of America.
I love her so much. Now, I watch Fox News only at 5 o'clock, just so you guys don't have to. I thought you all enjoyed this. But during Elon Musk's incoherent rambling and his incoherent sentences, he went on to say that the cuts that Doge is doing is to benefit the American people.
A lie.
Elon Musk, tell me how firing millions and millions of people is benefiting the American people. Tell me how firing millions and millions of veterans is benefiting the American people. How is firing these people, leaving them stranded and unemployed, benefiting them? All while you get billions and billions of dollars from these contracts. Tell me how. I also want y'all to take a look at the Doge website. Just look at it. Let me know your thoughts. Because it looks so dark. It looks so weird. It looks like a website that I would build in the 4th grade when I first learned how to use Google Slides. This is not a website. This provides nothing. It's just a bunch of tweets, and it makes no sense. Follow along for more if you agree. Stop what you're doing. You're going to want to see
Elon Musk. The devil has come to collect. I told y'all that would happen. I said the devil, remember I told y'all when all this began, I said the devil will come back to collect. And he's not finished. New Orleans, I thank you. And anybody else that got those things, you know what I'm talking about. I thank you. And I thank God. Our boy Cory Booker, 25 hours and 6 minutes, gave a powerful speech. Good trouble. And look at this clown. Hold on.
jdvance got a new job. I don't know if you know about this. Just about
Trump
2
better
weeks
watch
ago,
out.
They named him the finance chair of the Republican National Committee. Now, this
He has a
never
plan for
happened to a
Trump.
sitting vice
The
president.
Heritage
One of the
Foundation,
reasons
they're going
why?
to get Trump
Well,
out the
as
way.
the finance chair, your job is to travel around the country and raise as much money as possible from the
Pay
biggest of the
attention to
big
what she's
donors,
saying. It makes
and that's
sense.
going to be super important right now, given how important the midterms are going to be. But it will also give him almost unprecedented access and set him up perfectly with those big donors so he could potentially get the next nomination. Now, he already knows big donors. We know Peter Thiel has been one of his biggest backers, but just tonight, it was his first fundraiser here in New York City, $250 grand a couple. But according to the former RNC chair, Ronna Romney McDaniel, she says it is a huge power play because it will also give him access to every single Republican
Trump
state
better
chair,
watch out.
the very people who set the rules for the primary. This is one I absolutely thought you should know. So JD Vance got.
I've been telling y'all, JD Vance will move Trump out the way. I told y'all that. He already setting himself up to do that, but the American people do not like him. I don't like Donald Trump, but he has a quality that 50% of the American people like. JD Vance doesn't have that. He's not likable. So him and the Heritage Foundation, they needed Donald Trump to get to where he is today. It ain't gonna work in his favor because no one likes JD Vance. He's not likable, nor is that wife of his that looks much older than him, probably younger than me. I don't know what happened to that lady. She was attractive. Then it seemed like in the past 2 months, that lady aged so bad. What happened? She was an attractive brown woman. And just in 2 months, she looks like she 70-something years old. I don't know what happened to Ursula. A no good man. A no good man will age you.
Ashley St. Clair, the MAGA influencer who reportedly had a child with Elon Musk as the father, just said she has to sell her Tesla in order to pay for the child support that Elon Musk apparently cut off from her. Here is what she said today while standing outside her Tesla, quote, "I'm selling it because I need to make up for the 60% cut that Elon made to our son's child support," end quote. So there you have it.
He does it to all his baby mamas.
World just cut off child support to one of his children and is now forcing the mother of his child to sell off her Tesla, a car that was created by Elon Musk. This is one of the most
She don't want that Tesla. That's why she's really selling it.
MAGA chaos,
it's an embarrassment.
Yet it's so on brand for Elon Musk. And as for Ashley St. Clair, FAFO. So Ashley St. Clair, the MAGA
FAFO. Fuck around and find out.
With Elon.
It's getting real out here. It's getting real.
What do you mean they're actually trying to take away my right to vote?
Wait, I can't use my real ID as my real ID?
Where even is my birth certificate?
No, your group chat isn't wrong.
Congress is about to vote on the SAVE Act,
which, if passed, could drastically change how you vote.
In fact, it could stop you from voting at all.
Under the SAVE Act, you'll need a passport or your birth certificate to be able to register to vote.
Driver's license,
real ID,
social security card,
not accepted.
The bill would hurt marginalized groups the most.
Trans individuals,
immigrants,
married women who've changed their last name,
any woman who has changed their name,
and foster youth without access to their birth certificates.
Plus, online voter registration, gone.
Voter registration drives, banned.
Millions of Americans could lose their right to vote,
including you.
But we can still fight it.
Tell your family and friends what they're trying to do.
Your vote is your power.
Your vote is your power.
Your vote is your power.
Don't let them take it away.
Your vote is your power, American people.
Elon Musk wrongfully declared an 82-year-old man who was in good health as deceased. This has caused him to lose his benefits. He hasn't been paid for the past 2 months of his Social Security, and they even took out $5,000 from his bank account, claiming, "Sorry, we
Elon is a danger to this company, to this country."
Here he is, pictured below with his wife.
With his wife.
Name is Ned Johnson.
He's alive.
And they didn't even know that his benefits benefits were going to be stopped. His wife did get a letter in the mail from the bank, and she thought it was just a scam because it was a letter of condolences saying sorry about her husband's passing. And she was like, well, this can't be true because he's alive and right here next to me. So they didn't do anything about this until the $5,000 was withdrawn from their bank. They went to their bank and they said, yo, what's up? And the bank said, sorry, the federal government has declared Ned as deceased. And they were like, what? They went to the Social Security office. They've been trying to fix this for months now. His benefits still have not been reinstated. MAGA, is this the fraud, waste, and abuse that you want us to know about? Are these the 300-plus-year-old citizens that you say are getting wrongful benefits? Because I'm not seeing that. All I'm seeing is people who are well and alive and who deserve these benefits, who have worked hard for these, who live off of these benefits, being stripped. Anyways, my name is Mercedes Chandler. Give me a follow or you won't see my face again. Thank you. Goodbye. Elon Musk wrongfully declared...
That's why Donnie's sending him bye-bye. Elon has made Donnie look so bad. But he's not going to leave peacefully. Because Lil X told Donald Trump, you're not the president, while he putting boogers all on the resident desk. And he told Donald Trump, shut the F up. Y'all remember? So you know Elon is not going to walk away peacefully. He's going to take a piece of Donnie's heart with him. Because Melania hasn't been in that White House. She won.
As a little girl growing up in Chippewa Falls,
I
never could have imagined that I'd be
never would have made it without you. I bet she Holy Ghost danced after winning.
For justice in Wisconsin. And we won. But I've got to tell you, as a little girl growing up in
Woo! Susan Crawford mollywopped Elon Musk, although he paid millions of dollars to voters. And Susan Crawford, Queen Susan Crawford, won. Judge Crawford taking the richest man in the world and winning. She took on Elon Musk and she won. She mollywopped that man from South Africa. The man that can't call my people an N-word. Although he wants to tell us to go back to Africa. But he can't do it because he'll be talking about himself. Because y'all love to tell black people, go back to Africa. Well, you go back to Europe. How about that? One moment. Ooh, this has been a blessed day. So this is something, I'm going to read it to you, but I'm going to show you first, okay? It says, breaking in a massive defeat for Donald Trump and Elon Musk, who poured millions into the race. Democratic-backed Susan Crawford has won the race for the vacant seat on the Wisconsin Supreme Court, defeating MAGA Republican Brad Schoolmill. He was the one that supposed to help Elon. See, Elon got himself in some mess. And, you know, Elon and Donnie like to put judges in place that's going to do what they want them to do because they feel like, I paid you. Your money didn't work this time, Elon. What y'all's going to do in that White House? Throw that thing in a circle. Throw that thing in a circle. Oh, let me tell you something. When men get stressed, they got to have it. They get to thinking about that back end, and they want it. They don't be thinking about their wives, their girlfriends. I don't know why. They don't want a beautiful woman. Throw that thing in a circle. Woo! Throw that thing in a circle. Woo! Oh, Donnie, your back end is hurting right now. But no, because Elon is probably like this. I can look at him and tell he ain't got nothing to work with. Nothing. There goes them Teslas. This is Elon going down in the water. He's drowning. Elon, you went down in the water, baby. See, he got them people thinking them things can float. They don't float in water. He told people that those cyber trucks can float in water. Nope. It's going to go down in the water like Elon is going down. It can't do nothing. Elon sold the American people on that those Teslas can float in the water. Tesla Cybertruck had to be pulled from the water in Ventura, California after being submerged during a failed attempt to land a jet ski into the harbor. Those things are trash. They look like trash too. Yeah. Elon had all his lies. Yeah, all his lies. He probably been a liar all his life. Mm-hmm.
You want to know how I know that God is still in this? Because Elon Musk just spent a whole
When God is in it, there's no limit.
Including handing out $1 million checks to try to bribe voters to elect that guy instead of that lady. But that guy just lost big time to that lady. Why? Because Wisconsin voters ain't stupid.
Look at the percentage, y'all. She whipped him.
Property of Elon Musk.
Women are strong.
And the Republicans in Washington, in the House and Senate are. And that lady would actually work for the people of Wisconsin. That lady will protect voting rights in Wisconsin, the rights of Wisconsin women to control their own bodies, and that lady will protect labor rights in Wisconsin and won't essentially make the judiciary the property of Elon Musk, who's got lawsuits in the state and wants to control the judiciary, just like he controls Trump and the Republicans. Oopsie. Looks like God had better plans for the state of Wisconsin.
Yep. God has better plans for the state of Wisconsin. God got his hands on us. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Another day, another baby mama trouble for Elon Musk. This time it is with his most recent baby mama, Ashley St. Clair, who called the paparazzi today to come outside of her apartment
Ashley.
so they could see her sell her Tesla that Elon Musk once gifted her. She described the way she was selling the Tesla. So that's a pretty serious claim against Elon. This may be true. Obviously, Ashley knows what she's doing here. She also went on.
Life is handing Elon lemons.
Modus operandi, which is a phrase that Elon likes to use. And then she also mentioned the stock price dropping. Ashley's goal here, I assume, was to get Elon's attention. And it did.
Well, she got it.
I will give her.
She got Elon's attention. Everybody got his attention right now. He said Americans, our problem is we have too much empathy. But now he wants our empathy, and we won't give it to him. We would never give it to him. One moment. I don't know why these pop-ups keep coming up. Lord have mercy.
We felt that we were living the American dream until one
We're going to take it out with this, y'all.
I know this personally. It's my dad. I feel for you, Ms. Spooner. So one day in 2012, I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's is a degenerate. Parkinson's disease is a degenerative brain disease that progresses over time. Sorry, I'm thinking about my dad. It is unrelenting and affects motor and nerve processes. Loss of benefits will have a direct and daily effect on me and my family as we navigate the medical needs we will be facing. I will need progressive and comprehensive care as I age. I will need medication every single day of my life. And I will need the security of a generous society to care for me.
I have a better video than that. Wait a minute, y'all. Some reason that one is too low. I apologize.
When is it enough?
I apologize.
This is the week. This is the month of Passover, and there's a wonderful song I love singing when I'm at a Pesach, the Dayenu. It would have been enough, is the song, if God just delivered us from the Egypt. It would have been enough if he parted the seas. It would have been enough. Dayenu. This is a kind of a twisted version of that. When is it enough? When the President of the United States starts a meme coin on his first day, violating the emoluments clause immediately and enriching himself. When is it enough? When he takes an agency that is on the front lines of stopping infectious diseases like Ebola or tuberculosis-resistant, drug-resistant tuberculosis from coming here. Is that enough? When we created that in Congress and he has no right to stop that agency, would that be enough?
Cory Booker was amazing yesterday, y'all. Amazing. We're going to head up out of here. I want to thank each and every last one of y'all. Hit that like button before you leave out of here. I will see you tomorrow. I love y'all. Hit the like button. And those of you on replay, enjoy. I love all of y'all. Have a blessed day. Bye.